coming up this weekend. Will Brinson, let's have some fun. And I got to tell you, I live for the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. My favorite in vogue rivalry in the NFL, my favorite modern-day rivalry in the National Football League. It's a Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson special in Baltimore on CBS. The Ravens at home, favored by 4 against the Steelers. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Look, Adam, I love the Ravens here, and I'll tell you why. One, this line is begging the entire world to take the Steelers, an undefeated team catching 4 points in a rivalry game where the score is almost always a 3-point spread at the end. I'll take the Ravens. And the other reason why is that I don't think we saw the true effect of the Steelers losing Devin Bush against the Titans. What you're going to see with their sideline-to-sideline patroller gone against the Ravens is Baltimore trying to get Lamar Jackson out of the edge and use him to get lateral and stretch that defense horizontally with the power run game, take some shots down the field against a questionable secondary, get a lead, and then pound the ball against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's defense is very good, but we'll have a rough day against Lamar Jackson. Ravens win by a touchdown here.
Will Brinson, we're on the exact same page. Baltimore by a touchdown. I'm going to call it 27-20. Listen, I think Baltimore's defense is underrated going into this game. I think Patrick Queen right now is the defensive rookie of the year. I love their defensive backfield. And listen, that Pittsburgh defense deserves to be considered the number one in the league, but you can throw on them. Look at Carson Wentz a couple of weeks ago. Take a look at Ryan Tannehill to A.J. Brown last week. Lamar, he's going to have to connect when he has some opportunities to go deep to Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews over the middle, and I think he's going to do it. A lot of pressure on Lamar. It's a big spot. A lot of pressure on the Ravens to shift the conversation that they will be in the mix for the Super Bowl. They will play on Championship Sunday. This team historically always responds incredibly well to that pressure. I'm going to take the Ravens by a touchdown. How about this game with the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders? Baker Mayfield, Will Brinson, at home, favored by 2.5 points. Take your pick.
Okay, so I have no football reason for taking this, but I am taking the Raiders. And when I say I have no football reason, what I mean is there's 25-mile-an-hour winds swirling around out of the lake from everywhere. This is going to be a weather disaster. Both teams can run the ball. I think the Browns maybe have a better run defense, but I'm going to count on Derek Carr being a little more conservative, a little more careful with the ball, a more veteran quarterback than Baker Mayfield in these spots. I think the Raiders create some weird, freaky turnovers, Halloween style, somehow come away with a win in Cleveland against a good Browns team.
I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if both teams were in the 40s when it was all said and done. But I'm going to take Cleveland here. I'm going to take Cleveland to win, Cleveland to cover. Here's my football reason. The Raiders' defense is atrocious. And, they've got 4 consecutive games giving up over 30 points. Baker Mayfield by the eyeball test, and when you look at the numbers, and we hit this on Talk It Out Tuesday this week on Time to Shine, Baker's better without Odell. And Odell's obviously a great talent, but he's better without Odell Beckham Jr., who's obviously done for the season. Listen, I like both these teams preseason. I like them both now. I feel better about the defense. Myles Garrett for Cleveland making some plays. I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns to win by a touchdown. How about this ball game, Will Brinson, coming up on CBS? I can't wait for it. The Cincinnati Bengals at home taking on the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee favored by 5.5. Will Brinson, take a pick.
Yeah, the weather needs to stay away from this one because this should be a fun shootout to watch. Neither the Bengals or the Titans play any defense, and Joe Burrow has shown us so far in his rookie year, even with no one, like his tackles are out, oh well, turnstiles replace turnstiles. He can come in through the back door with 35,000 dropbacks per week. I'll take the Bengals in the points here.
Honestly, I love Tennessee. I think Tennessee is one of the best bets of the week. If this was double digits, I would still take Tennessee. I hear what you're saying about Burrow, who I love, and his ability to cover and throw the ball around. And there's some decent matchups against the Tennessee DBs. I just think the Titans still are amongst the elite in the AFC. Derrick Henry, I mean, you can actually, if you stop and listen, you can hear him laughing, studying the game film of that Cincinnati run defense. Tannehill to A.J. Brown all day. I'm going to take the Titans. Remember the Titans, Will Brinson. Tennessee wins and covers. The rest of our picks coming up for a Halloween weekend in the National Football League. Will Brinson, for some odd reason, is going with the New England Patriots. We both think that Kansas City is going to cover the 20-point spread. If that was 50, I would still take Kansas City. We're sharing a brain on the Chargers. I think Colts-Lions is the toughest game of the week to pick, and we have a good disagreement on that, so that it's fun. We're both rolling with the 49ers. Told you earlier in the show, I like San Francisco to win outright. We disagree on Green Bay and Minnesota. It's official, Aaron Jones is out for the Green Bay Packers, and we both have the Buccaneers winning the glorified scrimmage on Monday Night Football against Daniel Jones and the Giants. Will Brinson, happy Halloween, trick or treat, boo, the whole thing. Best of luck this weekend. We'll talk to you next week. Take your pick with CBS Sports HQ heartthrob, the great Will Brinson. Oh, and look at this. Look at the Week 7 results. Look at last night. But I hope you're paying attention. Look at these overall numbers. This is what you call neck and neck. Trick or treat. We've been giving you a lot of treats.